The Conspiratorial Web, Unraveling the Reichsbürger Plot to Overthrow the German State. Amidst heightened security and intense media scrutiny, the most riveting of 3 trials unfolds in Frankfurt, Germany, exposing the intricate machinations of a far-right extremist group that audaciously plotted to violently seize control of the nation. At the center of the proceedings stands the group's alleged mastermind, Heinrich XIII, a self-proclaimed aristocrat and real estate agent, alongside his Russian companion and a network of 8 other founding members. Among them are a former policeman, a former judge now serving as a parliamentarian for the far-right AfD party, and a diverse cast of characters drawn from across society's fringes. According to federal prosecutors, the group harbored a chilling plan to storm the hallowed halls of the Reichstag in Berlin, their paramilitary arm providing armed support. Their ultimate goal was to apprehend members of the Bundestag, the German parliament, and subject Chancellor Olaf Scholz to a public spectacle of humiliation, shackled and paraded on national television. This brazen act, they believed, would galvanize ordinary Germans to embrace their coup. In the event of their triumph, a septuagenarian Heinrich XIII envisioned himself ascending to the pinnacle of power as Germany's new chancellor. The group's misguided aspirations are part of a burgeoning movement known as Reichsbürger, or Citizens of the Reich. This fringe ideology rejects the legitimacy of the modern German state, yearning for a return to pre-1918 borders when Germany was a sprawling empire. Authorities estimate that this shadowy movement now numbers approximately 23,000 individuals, their beliefs a potent cocktail of historical revisionism and anti-establishment sentiment. The Frankfurt trial, which commenced on Tuesday within the confines of a purpose-built metal container structure on the outskirts of Germany's financial capital, marks the second phase in the unraveling of this audacious plot. A parallel trial involving the group's alleged military wing, comprised of former special service operatives, law enforcement officers, a metalworker, and a plumber, has been ongoing in Stuttgart since late April. A third trial, slated for June in Munich, will focus on the group's so-called esoteric wing, which included a physician and a celebrity chef, individuals meticulously selected to form a shadow cabinet. In total, 26 individuals stand accused, with one elderly suspect passing away in a Frankfurt hospital shortly before the trial's commencement. The combined proceedings are anticipated to span a year or more, a testament to the labyrinthine nature of this sprawling conspiracy. Gundula Fensbohr, a spokesperson for Frankfurt's regional court, acknowledged the magnitude of the task, stating, "It's a challenge for us all, but we'll sit here for as long as we have to sit." The alleged conspirators were apprehended in a dramatic wave of raids conducted in December 2022, when heavily armed forces descended upon a network of homes, offices, and even a remote hunting lodge. Investigators had been meticulously monitoring the group's activities in the preceding months, amassing a wealth of incriminating evidence. Among those taken into custody were a high-ranking member of the QAnon conspiracy theory organization, a clairvoyant, a dentist, and an amateur pilot. Abroad and at home, the group's harebrained ideas have been met with a chorus of derision, with critics questioning the feasibility of their plans and even accusing German authorities of overstating the threat they posed. However, the prosecution's 621-page indictment paints a chilling picture of a highly organized and potentially dangerous organization. Investigators assert that the group had amassed a substantial arsenal, including over €500,000 in gold and cash, hundreds of firearms, tens of thousands of rounds of ammunition, and even explosives. They had acquired satellite phones to maintain communication after the paramilitary wing executed their plan to sever national communication networks and disable the power grid. The group eagerly awaited Day X, the preordained moment for their coup, with one individual reportedly believing that the death of Queen Elizabeth II would trigger the uprising. When police stormed the residence of a suspected member, he fired upon them, injuring 2 officers. Sophie Schonberger, an expert in constitutional law at Heinrich XIII University in Dusseldorf and co-author of a book on Reichsbürger, cautions against underestimating the group's potential for violence. The chances of such a putsch actually succeeding were not all that high, she concedes, but it could have unleashed a considerable level of violence and was capable of sending shock waves through the system. As the trials progress, the world will be watching with rapt attention as the complex web of this far-right conspiracy is gradually untangled. The outcome will not only determine the fate of the accused but will also shed light on the growing threat posed by extremist groups that seek to undermine democratic institutions and sow chaos within society.